Welcome to another episode of the Mind's Eye with Mike Lowry. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about boundaries, the importance of setting boundaries, what flexible boundaries are, and as to why we don't stay true to some of the boundaries we set in our lives. Stay tuned. So, as I've stated, I wanted to talk to you guys about boundaries. First and foremost, let's just talk about what the definition is, which is the line that marks the limits of an area. A lot of times I like to do the definition because I think that we forget what words actually mean and we try to apply them to everything. And sometimes we get so far away from what the word actually means, we just get used to it and we apply it completely wrong. So there's two things in particular as to why I chose the topic of boundaries. One, I wanted to piggyback off of the last video I did, which is Don't Settle. I figured that video was a good segue into understanding boundaries, what they mean, and how to identify, particular boundaries that you set forth in your life. The other thing was somebody actually commented or reached out to me and stated that this is something that they wanted to talk about or wanted to hear more insight about. So I encourage each and every one of you guys to do the same. Whatever contact information you have with me, comment in the chat. Please, I encourage you to reach out for any particular topic you may be struggling with or you need insight on. I'm here to help and support you guys. So with that being said, I'm here to ask you guys a few rhetorical questions. I say rhetorical now because you guys aren't able to answer them now, but I would appreciate you guys if you can, comment in the chat some of the answers to the questions that I'm about to ask. Number one, if you have set boundaries, why do you find yourself continuing to settle? Number two, do you go against enforcing certain boundaries because you are attached to the situation and you feel that if you do enforce those boundaries, you're going to lose what's right in front of you? I want you guys to really take the time to think about those questions. You can comment if you like. You can keep it to yourself if you like. But it's something that I think you guys should consider and just really take the time to think about answering some of those questions for yourself. Number three, do you settle because you are afraid to be uncomfortable? Do you feel like if I stay true to what my boundaries are, what I want won't come soon enough? Number five, do you settle because you don't feel like you're worthy of more? So with that, I want to identify two different types of boundaries. I like to call flexible boundaries and also the benefits of settling boundaries. Flexible boundaries lead to poorly accomplishing goals. As it puts you in situations where you never reach your full potential. When you have flexible boundaries, you allow people in your life to stay past their welcome. You put them in situations where you are expecting something out of them that they were never meant to give you. You had put forth certain boundaries to say you will never allow certain things to get close to you. Yet instead, you rather keep what's in front of you versus lose that particular thing and staying true to the boundaries you enforce. Flexible boundaries is more like, I have a particular situation. This is how I feel about it. This is what it is. This is what it's going to be. And all it takes is a relationship. All it takes is a job. All it takes is a particular friend to shift those boundaries into doing something you don't want to do. And then you find yourselves looking back like, I knew I set those boundaries in place for a reason. But with that being said, why are we allowing ourselves to shift what we enforce that we feel that will better ourselves? Ask yourself that. When you have flexible boundaries, you put yourself at a vulnerable state to lose control. Because anybody can knock you off course. Anybody can move you into the way where they want you to move. You're easily manipulated. You have to stay true to what you put in place. So let's talk about the benefits of setting boundaries. The benefits of setting boundaries is finding clarity within who you are, being in tune with who you are, and not allowing people to dictate or manipulate who you are into doing what they want you to do. And I think it's so important. I've said this many times before. Finding who you are will help you enforce the boundaries you have. Like, it also creates a level of security. So therefore, if you do lose particular things or people, it doesn't knock you off course. It doesn't shift the goals that you had in place because those boundaries are important to you. Setting boundaries leads to good self-esteem. When you have set good boundaries that lead to good self-esteem, you become more confident in what you do on a daily basis. Setting good boundaries leads to self-care. When I've set good boundaries for my life, I take care of myself. It's non-negotiable. I need to do the things that's necessary to take care of myself, whether it's drinking more water, eating better, going to the gym, not allowing people to manipulate and abuse me or knocking me off course. Self-care is so important. Setting boundaries will help you focus more on self-care. Setting good boundaries will allow you to be able to know what to tolerate. I tell people all the time in relationships, you're going to have to be able to deal with something. Nobody's perfect. So find out and identify what you're willing to tolerate. And in finding out and identifying what it is you're willing to tolerate, start with setting good boundaries. Setting good boundaries is so important to what we do each and every day. As parents, as leaders at work, as any relationship that we may be dealing with, our friends. And setting good boundaries allows you to be effective in all areas of your life. Because when you do set good boundaries, it's a trickle-down effect. You can't set good boundaries over here in your marriage or your boyfriend and girlfriend situation, but then at work you let people just walk all over you. Or, you're focused on making money, but you're not focusing on your health. Boundaries go hand in hand. Set proper boundaries. Make sure you align those boundaries with your goals in your life and not allow people to make you move different, shift different, adjust for their likings and what they want. With that being said, guys, it's so important to set boundaries. Do not let the wrong person get too close to you. Do not let the wrong situation get too close to you. Figure out how you can do better and be better for yourself. Learn more about yourself. Spend some time alone so you can understand what it is you do like, you don't like, what you're willing to tolerate. And I think you can have a better life with boundaries that you set for yourself. With that being said, guys, remember, boundaries are made to be enforced, not to be adjusted, maneuvered, and shifted. Boundaries are made to be enforced. Be true to your boundaries, be true to yourself, and find yourself winning every day. Guys, with that being said, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Please leave a comment. Let me know if there's a particular topic that you guys want to talk about. I'm more than happy to help grow with you guys. I'm in this for the long haul. I appreciate all of you guys. I'm in a growing space myself, and here we are. We in this together. Well, that concludes another episode of The Mind's Eye with Mike Lowry. Thank you for listening. Again, make sure you're setting boundaries and sticking to them. If you guys have any questions, concerns, or things that you want to talk about in particular, please leave a comment, reach out, send an email, however you can reach out to me. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. There's more to come.